I'll give you my top five. I give you my top five all time and my top five now. So if y'all want to know that, make sure I need one more person to hit the Cash App and I'll let y'all know my top five. Okay, cool. We just got it. Cali Travels. That's what's up. Show some love. You guys can still hit it. All right, so top five right now. Excuse me. Top five all time. Ice Cube. The reason why I say Ice Cube is because, first of all, those NWA, the NWA album, Straight Outta Compton. I mean, obviously, you know, he killed those verses and he wrote a lot of stuff. And his first two albums, like his first album, the EP came out, and then his second album, so America's Most Wanted. Let's see, America's Most Wanted, Kill at Will, and Death Certificate. Those are all classics to me. Like America's Most Wanted and Death Certificate, like I don't even know which one is better. Like, I mean, I'm gonna say America's Most Wanted because it was just so raw, but you know, I'm from the West Coast, so that, you know, that Death Certificate. So, and Ice Cube, I mean, he was like gangsta, but he was still like spitting. He was aggressive, but he was just like spitting, like he was dropping knowledge, but he was doing it from like a street perspective, like, you know what I mean? So it was like kind of like Public Enemy, but I think he's a little bit of a better. Shout out to Leslie Cochran. I appreciate you. Really appreciate you, Leslie. Thank you. So it's like, but he was like, I think he was a little bit better of a rapper than Chuck. And I love Chuck D, don't get me wrong, but I feel like naturally Cube was just, you know what I'm saying? God damn, I'm glad y'all said it. Like, he was just a little bit, you know, his just, you know, he was just dope, man. Cube, like his pen, I feel like for those 3 or 4 years, Cube was the best rapper in the world at that point in time. From America's Most Wanted to Death Certificate, to me, Ice Cube was the best rapper in the world. He was just dope. He made the best albums. Now, of course, you had, you know, which I'm going to get to the next person. Okay, so I got Ice Cube. Tupac. We're keeping it West Coast. So number 5 is, well, this isn't even in any order. This is just a 5. So we have Ice Cube. I'm going to say Tupac. Tupac is in my top 5 because Tupac wasn't like the best like wordsmith, but the things that he talked about, like the passion, like I feel like Tupac was the first rapper that like wrote from an emotional standpoint, but still did it in a hard way. He was like political. He can make songs that people want to dance to. He can make street shit. He had passion in his rhymes. Like you just felt like Tupac is just like, he's one of a kind in that way. And he may not have been like as like when people say Tupac isn't lyrical, I totally disagree with that. Tupac is very lyrical. He just wasn't he wasn't a complex wordsmith. So he wasn't rhyming multi-syllables, but his rhymes, his lyrics were very deep. So that's what makes it, to me, that's what makes a lyricist. It's not how many rhymes or how many syllables. It's about the depth of your lyrics and how they resonate with people and how they flow. So I feel like Tupac had a great flow, great depth to his lyrics, and he was a great songwriter. So he was just a great artist overall. And just like I said, most importantly, his fucking message, man. Like Tupac talked about so much real shit. Like, come on, man. Like I think my favorite Tupac album is Me Against the World. It's just Me Against the World. Like so many tears, so much pressure in the air, temptations. I love that album, man. The one he got with the Outlaws. I mean, Tupacalypse was the most political one. You know what I'm saying? Nah, they can't keep a black man down. They got me trapped. And here's some real shit. I live in Oakland, and people don't realize, you know, I live a few blocks from where Tupac, right now, I live a few blocks from where Tupac lived. And that's crazy to me. Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, Tupac. So then we're going to, all right, so now listen. So that's 2. We got 3 more. I'm going to say KRS-One. So to me, KRS-One, I'm gonna say KRS-One. So I know who my last two are gonna be. I know who my last two are gonna be. So to me, it's a throw up between KRS-One and Rakim. Sometimes I say KRS-One, sometimes I say Rakim. I'm gonna go with KRS-One because I feel like Rakim is a better MC than KRS-One, and that's no disrespect to KRS-One. I just put, but Boogie Down Productions. So mind you, so I'm just a huge fan of Boogie Down Productions. Like what they did, like the impact that Boogie Down Productions had on me, like those first like, what was it, 2 or 3 albums before he became KRS-One, the solo artist. I prefer Boogie Down Productions, BDP. To me, KRS-One was unfuckwittable. Like he wasn't as smooth and poetic as Rakim, but yo, fucking, let me tell y'all, when I tell you, like, those KRS-One, like, the knowledge he was dropping, and he was doing it, like, just like, the bridge is over, the bridge is over, yeah, the bridge is over, like, yo, KRS-One, like, his, just the way he rapped, like, yo, that, let me look it up, let me just, because I don't want to, because I be forgetting what is on what album, so let's, let me look, Boogie Down Productions. So then let me look at BDP's albums. Discography. Criminal Minded, You've Been. So those two, so excuse me, these are my, like, Criminal Minded and By All Means Necessary those are classic albums. Criminal Minded, let me just look at this shit up. This shit. Poetry, South Bronx, South Bronx, 9mm goes bang. Come on, man. Dope beat, the bridge is over, super criminal, Mike, Scott LaRock, man. Yo, it's just like, yo, he's dropping so much, like that shit and it was gangster, like it was like intelligent street music, like that's what I'm saying, like people don't understand, like back in the 80s and the early 90s, like gangster music was like intelligent, it was really protest music, it was conscious music. So KRS-One, man, will forever be cemented to me, like Criminal Minded and By All Means Necessary, like, let me just look up My Philosophy. Come on, man. Like, I'm Still Number One. Stop the Violence. Oh, that was on that album. Damn. Okay, so so the KRS-One. Number 3. Excuse me. Now we down to the last two. So we got Ice Cube, Tupac, KRS-One. All right. So y'all want to hear the last two? And look, once again, make sure you guys hit the Cash App. The link is in the description. I'm going to give y'all, after I give you my last two, I'm going to give you my current top 5. So this is my top 5 of all time. So we got Ice Cube, Tupac, KRS-One. So my next number 2. So number 5, we're not doing it in no order. I didn't want to do it in order. All right, so the next one is Nas. Nas, I can just say right now, Nas is the reason I rap. Straight up. Nas is the reason I rap. So this goes back to what we were talking about earlier, like how do I write my rhymes? The first time I actually wanted to write a rhyme, or actually inspired to rap, is when I heard Nas Illmatic. When I heard Illmatic, I was like, yo, I never heard nothing like that. I was just like, what the fuck? Because I knew Rakim because I loved Rakim. But when I heard Nas, I was like, yo, this is like Rakim, but it's like, it reminds me of Rakim, but it's like on another level. Like, I was like, yo, Rakim, like, this is like, it was just so poetic, and it was just like, you know what I mean? At that time, I could connect with him because he was just like a young dude, and so when I heard Illmatic, And I wasn't. I mean, I heard halftime. That was the probably. And then, I mean, and I didn't know. I mean, because I wasn't like, I'm not gonna lie. When I was in high school, I wasn't a super hip hop head. I mean, I listened to hip hop and I liked hip hop, but I wasn't like, I didn't have all the latest stuff. But I want to say when I listened to Nas, that was the beginning of me becoming a hip hop head. Even though I loved, NWA, Rakim, Boogie Down Productions, Big Daddy Kane, like I loved all that stuff growing up. But when I heard Nas, Wu-Tang, but when I heard Nas, that was like the beginning of me. That was the beginning of me being a hip hop head. Like I was just like, what is this? And then it just like pulled me in deeper into hip hop and made me study hip hop. So the way he wrote, like, dude, Memory Lane, yo, like Primo on the beat, and Nas just, New York State of Mind. Yo, to this day, I still freestyle, like I freestyle to that beat. Like that's one of those beats. Like sometimes when I have a lot of shit on my chest and I want to talk and I just want to spit some shit, I'll put on New York State of Mind beat. I'll go on YouTube and I just start writing bars. That's like that beat inspires me. And I feel like Illmatic is a perfect album. Like and I love It Was Written. Like I feel like It Was Written is probably my favorite Nas album, but Illmatic is a perfect album. Like it's a perfect album. I think the only song that's kind of like, even that song is dope. One time for your mind, one time. One time, you know what I'm saying? That's probably like that's like the weakest song on there, but even that he's spitting some dope shit. But Illmatic is a perfect album. So there, Nas is that's the fourth person. So who's gonna be number one? Who's gonna be the number one greatest, my favorite rapper of all time? Who's gonna be number one? If you wanna know who my number one is, make sure you show me some love, hit the Cash App, and I'm gonna let y'all know. The Cash App is in the description, the PayPal is in the description. Make sure y'all hit that up if y'all wanna hear number one. Do y'all know who my number one is? Can anybody guess? Y'all want to know who my number one is? I mean, I've said it before. Anybody who follows me know. Y'all know what I do. Make sure you guys hit the Cash App. It's in the description, or you can send it through PayPal as well. All right, so yo, check this out. My number one all time, and this is just me. I know some people are gonna be like, but I'm gonna give you my reasons why. My number one all time is Jay-Z, man. It's Hov, man. And I'm gonna tell you why. I grew up on Nas. I always thought Nas was better. But as time went on, as I became a rapper, as I just started studying rap, Jay-Z just moved. He moved above Nas, and now it's not even close because Jay-Z is not as poetic as Nas. But just the shit that he be saying, like Jay-Z, it be shit that like even now when I listen to the Blueprint, because I feel like Jay-Z is having a conversation. Shout out to Cali Travels. Showing love. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Shout out to Cali Travels, man. That's love. So the reason why I picked Jay-Z is because I feel like Jay-Z is having a conversation with me. And I feel like these are things that I talk about, where Nas is like very descriptive. He's very poetic, and I love that. And that's super dope. And that's really more of what, but as I've gotten older, I like the conversation that Jay-Z has. And he does it in a dope way with like multiple layers. So that's why I put Jay-Z ahead of Nas and ahead of a lot of people, because I feel like Jay is just talking to me. And he's just doing it in such a dope way. And that's why I fuck with Jay. Like he's just it's like shit that I just feel like it's very sincere and very authentic, whether you agree with it or not. Because I don't agree with a lot of the shit that Jay-Z be saying, but I fuck with the way he says it and the way he does it. It's inspiring to me, and it's very much influenced on the way I rap, and not maybe not in the way I rap, but in the way I approach rap and the way I think about rap. So that's why to me Jay-Z is the best, and to me Jay-Z is better. Like he's gotten better over time. Like how many people can say that? You know what I mean? Like yo, you've actually gotten better over time. So that's why, you know what I mean, I put Jay I put Jay up there. DMX is dope. Like but DMX is not like I mean, obviously I'm gonna go for the lyricist guys. DMX I wouldn't consider like a super dope lyricist. You know, he's kind of like, he's more about emotion, but I need something a little bit more with a little bit more depth, a little bit more wordplay. You know what I'm saying? Than DMX, but DMX is one of the best. I mean. Lil Wayne, nah. I mean, I'm not a huge Lil Wayne guy. Eminem is dope. I mean, Eminem's first 3 albums are fucking incredible. And I felt like Eminem was around that Eminem and Jay were neck and neck. Like by the time the Marshall Mathers EP came out, or the Eminem show, like Jay, like I would say I had Eminem maybe a little bit above Jay-Z. But over time, Jay-Z just kept on. He got better. And then Eminem kind of like went down a little bit, and then he came back up, and then it's kind of like leveling off. But I feel like Jay just gets better. Like it's just like he just keeps going up. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I personally put Eminem, I put Jay-Z above Eminem. And I feel like he's just, the impact is on me. Is Eminem a top lyricist? Absolutely. Absolutely, positively. Yeah, man, I just wanted to get on here. I know I said I was going to give you my current. We'll do that next time. I'll hop on here next time. I'll give you because I got to think about, because I think I only got like 3. So we'll come back to that. I'll give you my top 5 rappers right now. So I'm going to get off of here. We've been on here almost 50 minutes. I talked to you guys a little bit about writing rhymes, about how I write my rhymes. I'll get into that. I'll explain that some more, because I know you guys have more questions about that. But shout out to everybody that hit the PayPal, that hit the Cash App. I really appreciate you guys, man. I love you guys. I'm going to come on here more. I'm going to LA next week. I'm shooting a video with one of the greatest MCs of all time. So I'll keep y'all posted on that. Make sure you guys, if you haven't already, in the description, I got my Cash App. Show me love so I can keep on doing this for you guys. I love y'all. Peace and love. Y'all be well.